just before sunrise. It's St. Patrick's Day, 2019, and I'm heading on my way to the Scott Valley. That's an amazing sunrise right there. Peak in the background is Goose Nest. There's like a big column of light just shooting straight up. Leaving the little town of Fort Jones. Gas here is $3.35. It's always way more expensive in California. We got a nice view here of the Marble Mountains going down to the Russian wilderness. There's definitely a lot of snow. Piled up, I'd say it's at least 6 feet. Top of Etna Summit. Wow, that looks amazing. Man, the mountains look so much more impressive when they have snow on them. The sun's just about to come up. Already out of shape. Just kind of a wide view of Etna Summit. And the road you can see goes down way deep into the valley there. So far it's been quite a chore getting up this ridge. It's the pass down below. That's where I came from over there. I cut through the woods a little bit. Mountains sure are looking nice. You can even see the Trinities, Thompson and Caesar, coming into view. My first objective, and hopefully I make it to Yellow Dog Peak afterwards. My first objective is right there. I'll be going up this Cornice Ridge a little bit and then I'll angle off to the left because it is a false summit and I don't really need to climb it if I'm going to be descending it. Still have a little distance to go. It's going to be the crucial part of the climb right there. Alright, so I'm on the Pacific Crest Trail, even though it's about 5 feet buried in snow. The trail does pass right through this little gap here, because there's the sign marking the boundary. There's some cool cliffs in there. Almost look like some seracs, even though it's just snow. Scurrying below the false summit, that's the true one there. There's a nice straight path in the snow. Fortunately the sun has heated it up so it's not icy cold like this morning. Got a bald eagle flying. Just kind of going in circles. Summit is starting to look really nice. That's all I have left. Final crux of the climb. Pretty steep snow. Right down there was the steepest. But at least it's fairly soft and you can climb up in it. That was a gnarly ridgeline. But I'm here at the top. Snowy peaks in every direction. Etna Summit. It's right there. Behind it is a good view of Shasta. Down into the Russian wilderness. Trinity Alps. Sawtooth Mountain. Caesar and Thompson. And that summit over there is Yellow Dog Peak. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it yet or not. It looks like it's close, but I'm not quite sure. It's probably further than it looks. Okay, so the GPS is telling me that it's about 1.26 miles straight shot over to Yellow Dog Peak, which means it could be about 1.5 miles because I have to bypass this false summit. I'll try and see if I could bypass that one. Unfortunately, the north side looks really steep. So this side wasn't as bad to descend down. It's quite a set of cliffs. Later on I will traverse kind of along the base there. I'll have to watch out for snow because as you can see there's all the little mini avalanches. It's more just rolled piles of snow went down the mountain. That's some nice pristine snow. Cornices are impressive as well. So there's where I stood. First false summit, just traversed below it. Now I'm back on the cornices. The second false summit, it looks like I'm gonna have to go by way of the left. Coming around the false summit, this is all burned from 1.5 years ago. That section was the worst part because there was a whole bunch of cliffs and you ended up post holing pretty deep once you got next to the rocks. This is kind of the low point here, and then it's about a 400-foot climb up, 1/2 mile away from the summit. Just about there, summit of Yellow Dog Peak. This cornice raises everything, so that's higher than what it would be normally. I'm only halfway done too. And I don't really want to descend. This is too nice. The sun's gonna set in about 3.5 hours though. So I've got a long way back. A lot of uphill and downhill and uphill. You could pretty much see my tracks. That was the bottom there, and then I had to climb all the way up to right in there. The worst section is on the other side there. Definitely like that view. You got Russian Peak right there. That's been an objective of mine for some time. And of course, Caribou Mountain, which is, that's all part of the White Trinities. And Sawtooth. The big snowfield there at Thompson and Caesar. That actually might be the top of Mount Hilton, I think. There's actually a glacier right below Thompson. It used to be a lot bigger, of course, but now it's reduced. Limestone Ridge, I believe, is all that. They look pretty bland and nondescript during the summer, but right now they look appealing to climb. Dad and I have been on top of that summit there. It's unnamed, it's 7,933 feet. There's a trailhead on the other side which you can catch. Goes up through there, the Pacific Crest Trail. And we went right to there. You could see a ridge line. It's all this cool granite. And right there is Statue Lake, probably one of the best lakes in the region. And then somewhere down in the valley here is where Sawyer's Bar is. Forks of the Salmon. Oh, and Blue Ridge should be that. You can see, I think, it's hard to see with the sun, but I think that's where the air motor fire lookout tower is. It's long abandoned, but you can climb all the way to the top. Next to Shasta, you can see Mount Eddy. And then, of course, to the north is good old Goose Nest. I'm always really amazed when you find spiders way up here. He's still probably barely moving, just enough sun to get him with a little bit of energy. There's been a lot of little bugs as well. Made it back up from the saddle. The sun's hitting the peak to where you could trace my ascent path all the way up. Coming back towards the first summit. From there I'm going to take a left and go in between that and the false summit. So now I'm going below the first summit. I got to get to that rock right there, scoot underneath it, and then angle straight up to reach the saddle between that and the false summit. As you can see, I went below some pretty gnarly cornices there. Those things are like 15 feet or so. There's the first peak I climbed with my tracks, and I just emerged from there. Ascended some pretty steep snow, and now we're going to head back down to the other two false summits. Etna Summit is right in there. I'm almost back at the car, thank goodness. This descent really kicked my ass. I got back way later than I thought. Fortunately, I didn't really need a flashlight because the moon is about 70% full. Looks really pretty though with the mountains all white and the stars. So it turns out these lights, there's a memorial. I guess they have some lights. They just stay up during the night. It's a cross. I just don't feel like going down there because I'm so exhausted of spending the whole day in the snow. I'm gonna be sore tomorrow. Yeah. It's time to head on back now.